St. Louis effort for AIDS is comprised of volunteers who educate and provide support to individuals infected and affected by HIV and AIDS. Here to share more with us is Executive Director Cheryl Oliver and Director of Community Engagement and Development, Bill Dahlkamp.
Good to be here.
Thank you. It's so
thank
good
you.
to have you here. You know, what's crazy is there's so many different diseases going on out there in the world that sometimes I think people forget that AIDS is still a very significant disease that needs to be looked at. Tell me what your organization does or is doing to combat that.
The agency was founded in 1985 by volunteers to really address the AIDS epidemic, and people were dying. Now, if people are aware of their what we call status, if they know that they're HIV positive or negative, and they get into care and treatment, then they can manage it like a chronic disease. Unfortunately, there are too many people who don't know what their status is, and what we say these days is to really avoid risk. You know, we love people to come in, get tested. We do a counseling session. If they're positive, we get them into medical care, treatment, and case management. And if they're negative, then we say, okay, there's a new thing called PrEP, P-R-E-P, that is pre-exposure prophylaxis. If they take that, then they will not get infected. And so if they're positive and get infected,
There's help for them.
they can, yes, they can take care of themselves. I said it.
And if they're not infected, there's preventative medication is what you're saying.
Thank you so much. That was perfect.
Teamwork.
That's exactly what.
Teamwork.
Yes, you
Wait.
did it for me. Thank you.
And you know, there's a misconception that if you're living one particular lifestyle, that you're at risk for AIDS. But the truth of the matter is, and you know, Bill, you can answer this question, that anybody who is sexually active can
at
be
risk.
affected by, is at risk.
I get asked all the time from people, you know, friends and people from my other jobs and such, just, you know, what's your typical client? And I say, look around. I mean, it's men, it's women, it's older, it's younger, black, white, yellow. I mean, it doesn't make a difference. It's anybody that is sexually active, is a potential person that can get this. And so that's, to echo Cheryl's sentiments, it's very important to know your status, because this isn't a one demographic or one, you know, gender type disease. It affects everybody.
And let me ask you this, how difficult is it for someone to come and get tested?
It's free. That's a very important thing. It's a very comfortable, easy environment. We do have walk-in testing on Mondays and Wednesdays, and we're located right on the edge of Vanderveer and Shoto, Manchester. So it's by bus lines and things like that, so you can get there. Mondays and Wednesdays with the walk-in testing, you may have to wait for a little while, but we'll get you in. Or you can make an appointment on Tuesdays, Thursdays, or Fridays. It's really easy. And our people are trained to really make you feel at ease.
Bill, why is it so important that people get out there and get tested?
Because number one, you need to know your status so you don't infect anybody else. But more importantly, I think number two is to take care of your own health, you know, to be well with yourself. The sooner that you are diagnosed, the sooner that you're identified if you are HIV positive, you get on medication, you get in medical care, you can live a long, normal life just like anybody else.
I'm glad you said that, because it used to be that if you were tested positive for HIV or AIDS, it was like a death sentence. But now with the advances in medication, you could live a full life.
And something I want to say, which is really important, we have a lot of physicians that we have case managers that are co-located at. But one of our physicians said at one point, it's easier to treat somebody with HIV than it is to treat somebody with diabetes.
Wow.
And so that, I think, you know, if you look at what it started as in 1985 and to where it is today, I mean, both are issues, but if diabetes, I mean, you know, it just says, you know, it's simple to treat, but
Sure.
you have to know and you have to get treatment and you have to adhere to the treatment as well.
Sure. We have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk about some events that you have coming up that really make a big difference in the work that you do, that you provide that's free. Stay with us at STL Live. We'll have more with St. Louis Effort for AIDS after this break.